Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Oh my goodness. I was going to say, welcome to my Wednesday comics, but I realized, oh shoot, it's not Wednesday. And yesterday was Monday, so I had to run through the days in my head. Brain fart right before stream. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rocky Ballesteros, as many of you already know. Welcome to my stream. So good to see all of you in the chat already coming in. The main point of conversation here is this is Katie's last day in America. How crazy is that? Seems like you just got here, Katie. But we are sad to hear that you are leaving so soon. I hope you are soaking in the final Florida sun. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you've had really excellent weather while you've been here, which is awesome. I have some friends who went to Seattle and Vancouver just probably about the same time that you came here to America, and they have had predominantly rainy weather there, which is really sad. Can be expected, but is pretty sad. So it's great that you've had good weather here, it seems like, from all your videos, and I'm sure Mark has taken good care of you. It seems like he's given you the royal treatment while you've been in Florida. But hopefully not hopefully, but I guess this might be the last stream that you guys are watching at the same time in the same time zone for a while. So hopefully we can make it enjoyable and fun, and just give you a little respite, a little something to play in the background while you just chill and relax. I had a very, very, very frustrating call with my pet insurance company this morning, and it kind of connects with Mark's music obsession, who was here first in the chat. What's up, Mark's music obsession? I had such a frustrating call with our insurance, and long story short, our cat had my cat, which is standing at my doorway. There you go. He was actually in my lap previous to the stream starting. He would not get out of my lap, and then the second I started talking, he jumped out. He was like, I'm out. But this cat, we had to get 3 teeth pulled out of his mouth last week, and I was just dealing with the claim. And so the frustrating thing is I put in the claim, and this morning I got an email from our insurance that they're not covering anything, which is kind of not surprising, but really frustrating too, because I'm like, well, what do you guys do cover? So I just got on the phone with one of the customer service people, and basically, because in 2019 my cat had noted in his notes, the vet notes, that he had mild tartar in 2019. They're considering that a pre-existing condition, and they're not covering anything, which is so frustrating. And I'm like, well, what is the point of insurance? And they're like, well, you could have had preventative, and we would have given you back $100 in preventive. But preventative health care, or mouth care for cats, is in the like $500-$600, because they have to put them down with anesthesia. So that costs a lot of money. So I'm like, that wouldn't have saved me anything. So anyway, I was just kind of tallying the costs this morning of like, this is how much I pay a year, and this is how much I'm getting reimbursed, which is next to nothing. I'm like, what is the point of pet insurance? So anyway, I got to sort all that stuff out, and I was so frustrated before I started the stream, and I was like, I need to do something that's going to calm my mind and get me out of the frustration of dealing with useless things in life. So I need to draw, and that's why we're here. I was planning on doing it anyway, but I really feel like this is going to be a therapeutic session for me, at least. And hopefully it will be for you guys. Katie, okay. Oh, Mark was giving us an update on Maggie. Seems like she's back home. We are hoping that she gets better and kind of stabilizes a little bit, Mark. Hope that little doll of yours feels much better. Katie's here, of course.
Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No, a cup of tea.
Katie, I'm wondering, did you pick up a little bit of a Floridian accent, a little bit of Southern accent while you're here? Maybe that, maybe your kids will notice when you get home. Where did you get this American accent, Mom? You don't sound like, you sound like you're from America. That wouldn't be a bad thing. I love the Southern accent, actually. I love the twang of the drawl of a Southern accent. So I'm a sucker for that. I lived in the South a lot of my childhood, but I never really picked up a Southern accent. So yeah, but I love it. I love the way it sounds. So maybe you picked it up. Maybe Mark influenced you and gave a little bit, the gift that keeps on giving. Cranberry Landers is here. What's up, Cranberry?
This is a cranberry, full of power.
Good to see you. Good to see you yesterday, and good to see you now. Hope you're well. You might be on a break, work break, lurking as you do, as the alligators in Florida do, but that's okay. Always good to see you. Comrade Sammy is here. Of course she is. Comrade Sammy, how's the shoe goo going? The shoe goo going well? Another one of the major projects that you are working on, but it seems like it was going well last we talked. So, yeah, I hope you're well. Katie says, she's sad that she's leaving. She doesn't know if her daughter can cope with her son any longer. That's a real concern there. You want to come back with the same number of kids you had before you left. So, yeah, it might be time for mom to head on home. But yeah, we hope you do have a safe flight, as Comrade Sammy says. What's the flight? How long is that flight? Maybe like 14 hours? I think you've told us on the way here, but I don't know if it's different on the way there. But hopefully you've got some good entertainment for you on the way there and memories. And I don't know if you picked up any souvenirs from Florida. What are Floridian souvenirs? Maybe food stuff. Did you guys get to go to Chick-fil-A? Did you pick up any Chick-fil-A souvenirs? Any American teas, perhaps? Thanks for visiting the U.S., Katie. Thanks to the Britons, Cranberry Langer says. On behalf of all Americans, and you're welcome, Katie says. I thought that was so funny. Thank you, U.S., for putting up with this, Brett. You know what? I think you have higher ground to stand on, Katie. Great transfer, seamless, beautiful weather. Yes, on the big TV once again. So, oh boy, a good thing I got a haircut yesterday. I was watching the stream from yesterday, and doggone it, you guys, I knew I needed a haircut, and I was going to get a haircut in the afternoon, but doggone it, did it look bad. That's one of the things I hate about streaming is you kinda get self-conscious about how you look on camera, and I turn my head and I see like either my hair is sticking up or it looked bad yesterday. I was in dire need of a haircut, and I got one. I checked. Looks all right from different angles. You know, I got a mean cowlick in the back here. So oftentimes if I turn my head, you see the back of my head, or if I'm drawing and you see the top of my head, you will see that mean cowlick. I've dealt with it all my life. There's nothing. Many a barber has looked at it and said, there's nothing you can do. It just is what it is. And so I've dealt with it, but it doesn't look good on YouTube. I've come to find that. It's like the worst. So sorry about that. Sorry about yesterday. Hopefully I fixed it up, or my haircutting person fixed it up yesterday. But here we are. A little bit more trim today than yesterday. Comrade Sammy says, all right, I actually have to jet for a bit, but I'll be back when I can later. See you later, Comrade Sammy. Thanks for stopping in. And are you really leaving? Or are you just there all the time? We never know. We never know with the Chat Ninja. Flaming Yank. I don't know if I did, but I'll fake one when I get home. Nice. I'm considering if I should do overtime, Cranberry Langer says. You know, sometimes overtime, earn a little bit of extra cash, and sometimes it can be a little less stressful because less people there. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe that's good. Antoine Dennison's here. What's up, Antoine? How are you? I was chatting a little bit, or at least in the same chat room as Antoine this morning. Eric Weathers, YouTube sensation, independent comic book creator, co-creator and artist and letterer of Battlebrick Road, and now Battlebrick Road 2 was streaming this morning, and it was such an insightful stream, just kind of sharing his thought process of like handling his campaign, and he was working as he was talking. For the campaign, he has this one cover for Battlebrick Road 2, which is random, and basically if you ordered that cover, you get your own unique version of his cover. So it kind of randomly shuffles around the different elements on the cover, the different characters and different elements, art elements. And the way that he set it up is that if you order that, you will have a unique cover, because no two cover will look the same. They're all randomly shuffled. So kind of a cool thing, cool gimmick, if you will. And he was working on that as he was chatting, but he was also talking about his campaign and the benefits of hosting it on his own site, which is battlebrickroad.com, versus hosting it on Indiegogo and Kickstarter and Fund My Comic and all the different ways that you could produce your own independent book. So it was fun. It was fun to, I mean, Eric is awesome. He's awesome on stream. It just sounds like he doesn't like to be on stream, which not many people do. But he has such a fun way about him, such a amiable guy, and just to hear him verbalize and kind of work through his thought process with the chat and his own experience was really helpful and insightful for me. So I enjoyed that conversation, and Antoine Dennison was there. So it's good to see you back here, Antoine. Cranberry says, Floridian souvenirs are sand sculptures and shells. Shells, that's right. I could see that. Sand sculptures would be a little bit difficult to bring back, but shells, some sort of shells, or just picking up shells from the beach, I could see that. That would be cool. Better a cowlick than a bald patch. Agreed. I've always been thankful. I think it's your mom's father's, like based on your mom's genes, if I'm not mistaken, and her father is what I've heard. And my mom's dad didn't go bald, so thankfully I won't, or hopefully I won't. And my dad is not bald, for whatever that's worth, in my genetic makeup. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that. Not that there's anything wrong with balding, but I think I'll just take the cowlick. But it always limited what I could do with my hair. Since being a kid and now an adult, just having this cowlick that just kind of goes in all sorts of different directions. Cranberry Land just says he has 2 crowns on his head. Nice. I have fridge magnets, key rings, and postcards. Okay, cool. That's nice. Nice contained souvenirs. I always think I want more or think I need more souvenirs than I should get whenever I go to like different locations. Like I always have keychains that I'm like, oh yeah, I got like 3 of those keychains and I only use one of them. Or like I have a bunch of, we went to the catacombs in Paris, the first time we went to Paris, which is amazing. I highly recommend it for anybody who goes. It's just an incredible experience. But I got these cool keychains that look like skulls, because that's part of the catacombs, is seeing all the skulls and the bones that make up the catacombs. And I got these cool skull keychains, and I was like, oh yeah, I need like this one and this one and this one. I got it. And I just found the other day like one that was totally still wrapped, hadn't used it, and it's been years now since I got it. I'm like, am I ever going to use it? I'm going to give it away as a gift, but I haven't done that yet. No, they glue the sand figures together. Oh. Yeah, that would be still hard to bring, though, wouldn't it? That seems pretty fragile. Then color them. Ooh, okay. All right. Sounds interesting. Glad you mentioned Eric Weathers' stream. Mark's Music Obsession says YouTube unsubscribed me from his channel. Weird. That's a first. I haven't heard that. Sorry, let me turn off my notifications here. I just heard it beep. That is weird. I've never heard that before, being unsubscribed from somebody's channel. Maybe Katie did it while you're sleeping. She just beep, unsubscribe. So resubscribe to Rocky's channel, unsubscribe to Eric Weathers' channel. I can see Katie doing that. Yeah, it's good. I mean, he hasn't been streaming that much. Admittedly, he hasn't been streaming that much versus what he used to be doing. And like I said, I don't know if he really likes it, which is okay. He sounds like he's more of kind of an introverted person, but he's really funny on stream and has this way about him that's so understated and just seems like a nice guy. And I think there was one stream on Sean's stream where we crossed paths, but anyway, yeah, support him. I like him a lot as a creator. Seems like a good person, and support Battle Brick Road if you can. Okay, so what are we doing today? Today is a master study day. Today is Let's Start Mobius Day, and I was getting all my pen nibs ready and like trying to figure out how to test it and start on stream. Then I realized I gotta pencil the page first, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. At least starting is the penciling phase. I totally forgot about it. I was already fast forwarding to inking, which is gonna be the biggest challenge on this page. But we're going to do some penciling today, and this was the page, page B, that was voted on. Excuse me. Wow, that was a weird gurgle. And let me just get the book. Water down the wrong pipe. Let me get the book that, for people who are joining us for the first time, possibly, this is the book that this page came from. And this is the page from the book right here. So, very exciting. Oh, wow. All right. Thanks a lot, camera. Yeah, very exciting. I think just to recap of why I love this page and why I'm glad it got picked is this face of Galactus is so fantastic, so incredible. Just the hatching and the personality in it. I think I'd mentioned in our previous stream, like, prior to this, Galactus we just saw Galactus, in my mind, was kind of the Kirby version of Galactus, which is really bold and bulky and just huge. Mobius brought in this almost epic sci-fi golem kind of feel to, like, made out of stone feel to this face. It's just so huge. And frightening, actually, with this expression. And I just love it. It's really iconic and beautiful. And then this second panel here, all these crowd faces, individual faces and expressions and all sorts of stuff. Just really classic Mobius crowd scene work, but really complicated and yet simple at the same time. Beautiful. I just love how much personality is in these this middle crowd scene. And then this scene is all about the perspective and background. This is going to be hard. Because perspective is hard. And just tracking all this and kind of building it properly is going to be really, really interesting. So, actually, I got to get my ruler. So, yeah, that's the great thing about these pages. And then I blew it up. As you can see here, it was 158% from this size. And I blew it up at the local Kinko's here, and also got with the settings that I was able to do, just removed some of the tones in here just so I could see the line work really clear. But it's awesome to see it at the size, which will be the size that I'm doing it, because you can really gauge the scale of the mark making here. And if this is roughly the size that Mobius drew it at, is really interesting. You can see how when you pick the amount of detail at this scale, or the spots that you choose to do the amount of detail at this scale, knowing that it gets shrunken down to the standard, whatever, 7 by 10-ish size of a comic book, you can see how it like can really condense the detail, or like what reads at that size versus what reads at full size. So Anyway, all those kind of like very, very technical details will be something well explored as we get through this page. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Just 3 panels, but 3 very different panels, and we'll be learning 3 very different things. I think like this is like an establishing wide angle shot with smaller details. This is like a medium shot focused on expressions and design, and then this is a close-up shot with all the like facial detail and oh, this kind of like I called it almost like Morse code hatching that he does. These like dash dot kind of hatching that he does is really crazy. So yeah, let's get started. Here's our blank page. I blew it up so that the what is the safe area, this dotted area here, the height of it matches here, the top and bottom here, but it does make it is a little wider than the safe area here indicated by the dotted line. So just things that I will keep in mind as I start it off. And let me get my, where is my ruler? Okay, that's my ruler. Might try and put some music in the background again. I'm always like iffy with that stuff, but we'll try and get it in the background. Mr. Monkey Boy, 1969.
How do you say monkey in French?
How do we say monkey in French? He knows. Seems like he's on his way home. But good to see you, man. We're just getting started, so take your time. No rush. We'll be here for a minute. All right, should I try and play music? That's always the question. Let's try let's try and see. I don't like that. No. Always tense. Maybe we'll go with that. All right. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Let me know. Yeah, I felt really bad for the the customer service lady from the pet insurance. Like she was trying to help me out, but she was like, well, you can appeal. And I'm like, what's the point of the appeal? It's just gonna go to the same people who denied me, right? And she's like, well, if you have more information. I'm like, I don't have any more information. What more information can I get? She's like, well, it's worth it to try. I was like, oh gosh, okay, fine. Thank you, lady. She was trying. I was trying to get her to tell me what my cat would be covered, if anything, in the future. I'm like, what's to stop you guys from telling me that, oh, we noticed he had a slight hiccup in 2018, and so we can't cover him for cancer treatment. Like, that's kind of what it feels like just happened today. So, anyway. Frustrating. Insurance is always frustrating. I also pulled out of my collection. Oops, let me adjust my mic here. I also pulled out in my collection some Mobius books that I have, and I've shown some of them on stream before, but I've thought, like, if I take a break or you know, whatever, like if I hit a stopping point, I can just take some breaks and show you guys some of my Mobius stuff. There's just so much he's done. The range of his work is so wide, and he could do anything. So it'll be really cool to just kind of look through some of that stuff and just be in awe of what he's done in his body of work. So, Katie, what were the highlights of Florida, of the America? What were the highlights, your favorite things, your least favorite things? I'd love to hear that too. Like, what made you go like, what is going on in this country? Was there anything like that you ran across, or was it just all positive? Like, how was your experience getting through customs? Was that okay? That's always like the first impression, and it's usually the worst impression of our country. I know one thing, like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone to Singapore before, but I've been there many times, for sure, since my wife is from there. But one thing I read about their prime minister at the time, who really turned around, or really made the country as successful as it is right now, his name was Lee Kuan Yew, was he felt like the airport should be the best first impression that people get of a country, because for people that come from outside the country, that is your first entry point, right? That's your first exposure to the culture, the people, the systems that are in place. And so when you go to the Singapore International Airport, it's incredible. It is like it's like a destination. Even people who visit the country, like, there's places to go for tourists to see that are just mind-blowing just at the airport. So it's just a great first impression. It's really efficient. Very rarely have I had to stand in a long line there. And like, baggage is efficient. Everything is efficient, and that's really truly what the country prides itself on, is its efficiency of how it runs. So yeah, but oftentimes American airports are not like that and can be very frustrating, but I've had good experiences at certain airports. Cranberry Land just says, are you going to get rid of your insurance? I might. I was just looking at, this is part of what I've like had to turn off my brain so that I didn't kill myself just thinking about it and going through the numbers. But I will have to go back and look at how much we paid a year and how much we've gotten reimbursed for the services, what we were hoping were covered. But I did a cursory look of it, and it was not a lot. And for what we're paying, I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's like a total waste of money, as most insurance can be perceived as. Where's my ruler? Oh man, I got too many bins with different supplies, so all my stuff is scattered all over the place. But yeah, I might cancel our insurance. And then, yeah, I mean, the big fear is like huge, horrible sicknesses, or things, treatments that are just very, very expensive. And my cats are getting older. They're 10 right now. So their breed they're Siberians. They're purebred Siberians. So I think purebreds, you tend to have like a lot of problems kind of come up, a lot of genetic problems that they wrestle with at their older age. So I'm aware of that, and that's a big reason why we got insurance. But if I can get dinged for them having tartar and then not covering a major surgery, a dental surgery, then what is the point? I'm just wasting money every year. All right, let's see. Goodness, do I want to tackle this perspective point from the get-go? I might do this last because that is difficult. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Like I mentioned at the top of the stream, or the top of at the beginning, this is wider. And my music is gone. Give me a second. This is why I hate it's too much. This is why I get it now. Why people like Shelby or other people I've seen who stream, why they just loop the same song over and over again. That's so they don't have to think about it. And I think StreamYard makes it pretty easy to do that. Versus Ecamm is a little bit of a different setup. A little bit more customizable, but kind of a pain. I know I can set it to loop somehow. I'm going to do that, so I don't have to keep thinking about it. All right, let's see. Let me find a song that I like to loop, though. This one's pretty good. Let's see if that loop works. Ian Parker Art, what's up, man? I don't think I've seen you before. How are you doing? Thanks for finding my stream. We're in the middle of a master study right now for the late, great Mobius. I've done if you don't know already, I've done 3 master studies so far of Mike Zeck, Michael Golden, and Will Eisner. And the whole purpose is to learn from the masters. Oops, my head was in frame, I saw that. Was to learn from the masters, and by trying to recreate what they have done on a certain page. And so the cool thing is I'll ask the chat and people who have been watching my streams to choose the page. I'll give them 3 options to choose the page. So this page of Mobius from Silver Surfer Parable, written by Stan Lee and drawn by Mobius, was the page that was picked for this master study. So we're just getting started with the pencil phase. I feel like this music is too loud. Let me turn it down a little here. But welcome. It's good to see you. Mark's Music says Maggie has amazing insurance. Ugh, what is your insurance, Mark? Let me know. I mean, I don't think it's going to help me because my cats have all these like considered pre-existing conditions now, but what is your insurance? Mine is ASPCA, and it has not been good. All right, there's our borders. This line, this horizon line, is for the mountains in the background. Okay. Where to begin? I think I'm going to start on the big head here at the bottom. So yeah, I guess the way that like I've kind of thought of this with the other pages and this page now is just like the big shapes first. Just blocking in the big shapes, and then as we kind of get those locked into where we like them, start breaking them down into their smaller areas. And then further down. Look at that. Look how far off where this point hits and where this point I eyeballed it. Oh, I was going to tell you guys, for those of you who are interested, oh wait, hold on a second. Woo. Say hey in park. First time here, glad YouTube recommended your stream. Always love to find new artists here. Awesome. Wow, YouTube, you actually did something. So cool. Thanks for coming here. If you don't mind hitting that like. And if you like what you see, subscribe, please. I'm always thankful for everybody who jumps onto this channel and enjoys what it is I'm trying to do, which sometimes I don't even know. But for sure, the Master Study streams have been great learning experience for me as I try and build this channel and also try and hone my skills, because eventually I'd love to produce my own comic and do that at the same time on stream. So yeah, this is just all part of the like building blocks of getting to that point. What I was gonna say was, oh wait, John, sorry, I'll catch up in the chat. John says I'm late. John, you're not late.
He goes, what's your name?
Oh.
He goes, John.
See, this is what I hate. I gotta figure out these settings, guys, because yeah, I gotta figure this out. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but I'm gonna make your sound effects louder.
He goes, what's your name? He goes, John.
John says, I blame Emo. Really? Why? What does she do? Timmy Mello's here too. What's up, Timmy Mello?
And the Guardians are headed to October.
How are you? Hey guys, I may only be able to hang out a little while in chat before bouncing, but I'll definitely catch the playback. No problem, Timmy Mello. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming in. Hit the like if you can. It all helps. Antoine Dennison asks, Rocky, would you ever consider inking on off my drawings? Inking one of your drawings? Oh. Wow. I would totally consider it. Whoa. That would be interesting. I haven't inked somebody else's drawings other than my own in a long time. Yeah, I'd be open to it, you know? Like, let's keep talking. I'd totally be open to it and see what happens. There's like always so much to do, so many opportunities, but I'm always down with like collaborating with people and just whatever it takes for me to like build my own skills up. But thank you for even considering or asking that. You're like, it's not like I'm going to ask you. I'm just wondering if you would. But yeah, thank you for considering that. Man, I wonder what Jack Kirby was thinking when he was designing Galactus, this crazy headgear. I'm sure he had reference of stuff, but I also know Jack Kirby sometimes just pulls out crazy ideas out of his head. And some of this some of Galactus for sure is like, okay, where did that even, what were you even thinking, Jack? Let's see. Rocky is considering leaving his pet insurance. I am. Healthy Paws. Okay. Dang. Wish I had asked you 4 years ago. Welcome to newbie Ian Parker. Welcome. I can pay you, maybe make a stream of it. Wow. All right, let me think about it more. Now the pressure is on. But thank you so much. I really am flattered that you would even consider asking. But yeah, let me get back to you on that. We can keep talking about it. Let me keep building up my skills. But yeah, that's very flattering that you would ask. See, this is why I don't do the music, because I keep having to fiddle with the audio. Because right now, the way my audio is, and I have to figure out a workaround or how to solve this, is my sound effects audio, the track is tied to the music that I play. Like, it's considering music as a sound effect. So when I have to turn down this music so that you can hear me when it's playing and it's not blaring loud, but it also turns down the sound effects. So I got to figure out a way to like separate the two. On top of everything. Okay. Let's see. I keep moving this page up here just to get the like horizontal division correct, like that they're somewhat in the same place. Like right here is kind of not. I don't know what is that noise is going on outside. They're doing some sort of street work right now, so sorry about that. Seems like they always like to do that when I stream. And then when I'm not streaming, it's really quiet. So yeah, I'm just kind of marking, like, just to get a rough idea so I'm not totally off. I'm just marking the horizontal positioning or contact points. And then I do that vertically as well, just to get me somewhat in the vicinity of what the original is. This one seems like it's even more here. Okay. All right, let's try another music here. Nationwide pet insurance ends at the end of the year. On the hunt. Nationwide is not on your side? You can't tell me Boris Karloff. Dang, loud music. Boris Karloff wasn't the facial inspiration for Galactus. Yeah, no kidding, right? His likeness is all over Marvel, including Hulk as Frankenstein. Yeah, I love that. It's funny because when you think about... Oh, I'm about to not do this music anymore because, as you can tell, I'm getting frustrated. When you see the influence of when they first started some of those characters and where they were getting their influences from, like either pulp or like old B movies or whatever, it's really cool. Like Hulk in my mind is like the big green Hulk, or the, you know, Todd McFarlane Hulk, or Jack Kirby Hulk. But then when you see like the origins of like how it was influenced by what Frankenstein was, it's pretty cool. And just how it's evolved over time. Like Hulk now is really different from the Hulk I grew up with. But yeah, Boris Karloff, because he was such a huge actor back then, totally can see his likeness. Or even I remember like all those like old Warner Brothers cartoons, and you'd have like James Cagney and all these kind of characters from the movies they would be like hitman chasing after Bugs Bunny or whatever. These eyes on Galactus are some of my favorite part of this page. How he did the eyes. I don't like the bodybuilder Hulk. Or even like Superman, right? Like Superman with his like, I know there's this whole discussion of his costume and like the classic underwear, but then you look at the influences that Siegel and Schuster had on him, like wrestlers, and you can see where the superhero underwear came from. It's kind of funny. I blame Emo for not letting me know you're streaming, but she's not even here. I'm listening while looking up places to order American food online in the UK, Katie says. Oh, online to the UK. Oh, what are you going to bring? What are you going to bring? Karloff had to have been that Johnny Depp master of makeup-like actor in his day to draw a comparison. He seemed to have a face for a different role and played that role so very well. Yeah, didn't they call him, wasn't his nickname like the man with like 1,000 faces or something like that? I thought so. It's like him, Karloff, and like, is it Lon Chaney or whatever was the other actor? I'm not really good on the like old actors from that time. Some people have asked me, why aren't you just lightboxing this on some of the other pages we're doing? It's a really, really great question. Why am I not lightboxing this? I think it's I mean, I know the main reason for me is I just want to exercise my eye to try and get spatial spatial relations better, and you can only do that by just practicing more and more. And it's almost like running math drills in your head, like times tables, versus just going straight for the calculator, which I go straight for the calculator. But yeah, it's just trying to build that muscle a little bit of like spatial relationship, proportion, and as you can see, I'm like way off here, even when I was trying to ruler it out. So yeah, it's just all that. It's all, I like the challenge of trying to get it right and just wrestling with it. It would be way easier to just lightbox and practice inking, but that's half of the learning is in this part, blocking it out for me. So just exercising muscles that need work. So yeah, I'm just constantly like drawing these imaginary lines between edge points and just measuring it out a little bit. Like I feel like this eye is a little higher here. It's definitely like an angle here. Funny too, because drawing such a big face, it's like you have, your eye has more, this is gonna sound crazy and maybe I'm just making this up, but because it's wider, like if you had to like give a scale of your vision from edge to edge, the wider it is, there's more sense of error from just staring straight at something and looking over if it's wider on here. So I do find like I'm like a little off more than normal because the thing I'm trying to transfer visually from here to here is wider, and so my eye is like getting tricked with some of the distances. That's what it feels like, at least. Then like the standard things where it's like in the middle of the eye, the edge of the mouth should be love this lip. Lip is amazing. It's a lip that has, it's a mouth that has devoured many worlds. And the thing that's going to be awesome getting into the inking of this is the contours really give it sense of dimension, 3 dimensions, with the way that Mobius does like the contouring on it, on these shapes. Like you can really feel that front lip like jutting out because of these contours underneath here. Wow, sorry. Chat just jumped. Where we go? I like missed so many people. Okay, here we go. Recatch up. He's going to go nuts drawing. I am. I know I am. I'm 100% behind Gun Superman. What's up, Adam? Okay, wait. See, now I got to do this. This is this stinky thing. I might turn off the music from here on out. What is up, Adam?
This is Adam. Hey.
Did you just see that? 100% behind Gun Superman. Nice. In Gun We Trust. Is that what it is? Yeah, we'll see. Like, I'm always like, well, we'll see how it is. But he's got a great track record. And I mean, I feel like he's a true fan of the comics. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I reserve judgment. All the more reason to blame Emo, especially because she's not here. We don't have Cornish clotted cream. True, true. Lon Chaney Jr. also was an amazing actor. That's right. Lon Sr. That's right. Oh my goodness. I have so much to learn with all those like old screen actors and their movies. I know Shanth loves that stuff. All the movies that he shows on his channel, like when he does Pizza Live, I've never heard of 99% of those movies. So it's cool, but I just love how excited he is about it and how excited he is about to share it. Because, yeah, I find that most people's idea of like film history only goes back maybe like 5-10 years. And there's so much history, so many different kinds of movies, not just here in this country, but other countries as well. So, yeah, there's so much reference. This is too low. Oh, wait, sorry, I was catching up here. Lon Sr. was Mr. Hyde, yes. Zaid Comics back in the chat again. What's up, Phil? Good to see you, man. Fun stream last night with Shelby and your brother. And, was it? Oh, man, who's the fourth guy? I'm sorry, I forgot. Because he wasn't on screen, that's why I forgot. Was it Edwin? I don't remember. But it was fun. You guys are hilarious. They had a fun stream last night there. Well, at least the main part of the stream that I caught was the rolled ice cream. And it just got out of control, the comments from the chat about the rolled ice cream. And I don't even know, Phil, if you noticed, but did you know that your stream got struck at one point? So it was like paused and everybody was like talking about it, because when you guys came back on, it didn't seem like you knew that had happened, but that's what made it even funnier. So anyway, welcome. Working on a master's study here. Trying to learn from one of the greatest masters, Mr. Jean-Gerard Mobius. See, I'm already way off here. I'll show you guys how way off I am. This is the line where that point hits. This is a line where the other point hits. This is the edge. Yeah, I'm way off. Man. Horrible. Off to a horrible start here. You just get an angle wrong, and it could throw the entire drawing off. And this nose sticks out way more than I got it going on. He needs cool sunglasses for the light box. My theory is that Superman has to use special red panties in order to prevent his super from repopulating the planet. It's like super depends. Is that what it is? What does Emo's absence have to do with my ability to blame? I guess nothing. He cleared that up, John. Cleared it up. Started reading Strangers in Paris. Oh, Adam. Holy cow. So weird that you brought that up. Do you know that Terry Moore has a YouTube channel? It's literally one that I just found not too long ago, maybe a couple days ago. But he's got and I think he's posting more and more. But yeah, Terry Moore has his own YouTube channel, and he does inking demos on it, and he's a master with the brush. And he's also kind of talking about his Strangers in Paradise stuff. Like I saw him doing a video where he walked to the same neighborhood that he had referenced one of the main houses from the story. I've never read Strangers in Paradise. I mean, I've seen the artwork from it, but I've never sat down and read the story. So I heard it's really good. But yeah, you should check out Terry Moore's YouTube channel, which is amazing that he has that. The innocent are who you blame first. It's more fun. Yes, John. I know I'm a little bit crazy. Drawing that second panel is going to be fun. The pouty world eating lips. That's right. The wider the targeted composition window for the sketches, the wider the margin of translation is, which makes it all the more tricky to replicate, especially if you're not using frames. Yes, thank you. And then also the angle. I've noticed this before, but the angle that my camera is at is pointing at, and the lens on the iPhone camera is skewed. See, that looks totally different. If I'm looking at it on screen, it looks totally different. It looks weird. This looks flat and squished, but it's not when I look at it in person. So you guys are seeing a distorted perspective as well. It's all messed up. It's all pointless. Life is pointless. Pet insurance is pointless. What is going on? Actually, no, this is off. No, but there is a difference in the camera angle that messes things up. It's all over the place, guys. But Timmy Mello knows. He knows. He's explaining it better than I can. To structure your sketch, I can't remember the technique for composition sketching is, but I want to say it's like 3/6 spacing or something. That sounds very good to know. The Zayd brothers are super hilarious. They're super funny. Yes, that was great. Copying art is not cool, bro. Hey, what's up, Welfawef? I'm studying. I'm not copying it. I'm not claiming this is my own. I'm studying. So, yeah, we gotta learn from those ahead of us. And for those of you who are new to this channel, kind of where the inspiration for doing this is, we had to do this when I was in art school, but not of comic book artists. We had to do it of like master painters and stuff like that. And I learned a lot from trying to replicate specific painters and artists, trying to recreate what they did in various mediums, sometimes the same medium that they worked in, sometimes a different medium, and it made you appreciate what they were doing with the medium. So yeah, that's kind of the inspiration of where this all came from. Of like, what if I did that with comics and learned that way? I just feel like this is getting wider and wider. Crazy. Whatever that 3/6, 3/5 you're talking about, Timmy Mello, I am not doing it right. No pressure. I feel like everything is shifting over. Slowly shifting over. Will you have a wrap-up of what you learned from this one too? Of course, yeah. I'm just going to go in order with the other master studies. So the next one I'll do is Michael Golden. And then after that I'll do the Will Eisner. And then after that one I'll do this. So I'm still learning what I'm learning. So maybe I'll talk about the 3/6 whatever structure thing Timmy Mello brought up as the thing I learned from this. I think I could easily summarize all of them by saying these were hard and these guys were good, and I don't know how they do what they did. That's probably that's a universal summary for all of them, but I'm trying to get like specific examples of what I learned, because other than just getting a reproduction of what, or replication of what a particular artist did at the end of it, it's nice to reflect and say, oh yeah, that was something cool that I learned from this that I can apply to my own work. So that is the goal. And some of it will be about technique. Some of it will be about tools. Whatever it is that I learned. Can I have a wrench? You know what? You kind of got to earn the wrench on here. So if you keep showing up and we get to know you and people recommend you, for sure I could do that for you. But I made the mistake of handing out wrenches a little too willy-nilly when I first started, and it bit me in the butt a little bit at one point. So we're taking it a little bit more cautious, but thank you for asking. And yeah, if you show up and consistently show up and participate and get to know people, maybe people already know you and will recommend you, which I also listen to. But we got a good crew in the chat, and they take care of me as far as who should be wrenched. Thoughts on the death of Alan Moore today? Did Alan Moore die today? What? Get out. Did he die today? Adam says I don't see anything about Alan Moore's death online. No. I'm pretty sure that would have made news. At least comic news, if Alan Moore died today. Send a link. Or I guess you can't because you're not wrenched. But let us know. Let us know where you found that news, like what news site, and we'll have to look that up. But that would be shocking if he died today. Yeah, this toplet's too thick. I've read the series, I do, and I don't like that I read it. I regret it and have value having read it. Mark says, hello, Adam and Phil. He's cooking, can't comment. Cooking, nice. Did this just turn into a reading of Ecclesiastes? It is all meaningless. Yes, kind of. Mobius art style reminds me of a lot the early Judge Dredd comics. I'm sure they were influenced by Mobius. Let me hit a stopping point, and I'd mentioned earlier in the stream that I pulled out some of my Mobius books, and I can show you what I have, which is just a fraction of his body of work. But I do have some cool things from Mobius that we can look at, and you guys can just see the range of his work. But I'm pretty sure he influenced generations of artists, both here and in Europe and Japan, and he was just amazing. And it wasn't just his ability, it was also like the content that he worked on, the kind of things that he thought to draw and how he approached it. That's starting to look a little bit more in proportion with the original. However, this seems like it's wider out. And this seems like it's... Whose voice do you guys hear when you think of Galactus? I've heard people say, oh my gosh. Why? Orson Welles, just like in Transformers. I've heard people say that. Like Omicron's voice. James Earl Jones is kind of I could hear, or I could think that some people would think of such a commanding voice. I remember, this is totally random, but I remember in the movie Prince of Egypt, which I loved that movie, and they were talking about casting the voice of God. And if you guys remember, Val Kilmer did Moses. And so what they did for the voice of God was they actually took Moses's voice, Val Kilmer's voice, and like layered it and changed it or whatever, which I thought was an interesting artistic choice. But I was like, how do you cast the voice of God? Like that's really daunting. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Like, how do you cast Galactus? What's the right voice for Galactus? Whenever he ends up being in the movies, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Wasn't he in the Silver Surfer movie? The Fantastic Four Silver Surfer movie? I don't know. I do watch Terry Moore's channel. I think he does a good job at showing cool, selling his product. I just started reading the comics, so I'll update if it's good. Okay, awesome. Cool. Glad you found that channel. Try tilting the forehead a bit. Ken! What's up, Ken? Another new person. Wow, all these new people. Tilting the forehead, yes. I hear ya. I think I am a little high on the forehead, or low on the forehead. But thank you. It's going to turn into one of those streams. I can feel it. People are like, put the mark over here. Move it a little bit over there. Like you guys are seeing it from a different perspective. We'll get there. But welcome, Ken. Good to see new people here. New people jumping in the chat. Always appreciate it. Please hit the like and subscribe if you don't mind. That helps get new people like you to be able to find channels like this and to just help grow us. I think last I checked we were at 370, 371, which is awesome. We're running towards 500 as fast as we can, and just trying to build out this little community that we have here. These master studies, just started these a couple months ago, and they've been great. Been great turnout, great response. So we're going to keep building these. Then I also have a stream that I do on Wednesdays called My Wednesday Comics, where I go over the comics that I picked up on live stream, the comics that I picked up for that week. So I'm looking forward to this week. There's some cool things coming out that I saw already that were advertised to come out. I talked about that Absolute Batman #1 came out a couple weeks ago, and really enjoyed that one. I'm planning on doing another video that kind of dives in a little bit closer of my review on that book. But then I saw, oh, Adam, I did get confirmation on this, Adam, that Absolute Wonder Woman is coming out tomorrow. I think you said you thought it already had come out, but yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. So that one I'm looking forward to. See how that goes. Not as excited about that one as much as I am the Batman, but, you know, it looks cool. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then also on my stream, I just saw your comment, Adam. I'll get to it. Also on my stream, like yesterday we did a stream where I was unboxing some books that I got in the mail. So yesterday was Shane Davis's Accend campaign. Got that in the mail, which looks great. Started reading that a little bit last night. And then also the Daniel Warren Johnson Extremity Signature. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Signature edition, which is basically an artist edition of the book. And that looks amazing. It's the scans of the original art and whatnot. But what I was going to say, I was trying to say this at the beginning of the stream, but totally got sidetracked, was they just launched the Body Bags artist edition from Act 4, Scott Dunbier's company, who he's kind of the guy who created all these artist edition books. They just launched the Jason Pearson Body Bags artist edition this morning, and I jumped all over that and backed it. If you guys love Jason Pearson's work, creator of Body Bags, but also drew Savage Dragon Blood and Guts, he drew X-Men Monstrous, he drew bunch of different things. He passed away, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, unexpectedly. Very young, but super talented artist. Was part of Gaijin Studios in Atlanta, and Body Bags was like his creator-owned stuff, and it's so good. It's I'll just show you guys for those of you who don't know. It's this book. And this they're releasing the artist edition, so they've done which includes all these issues, 4 issues, and then there's also a bunch of one shots that he did and side stories that he did. They're including them all, but they're like original scans. Apparently, he never sold any of this art, and so yeah, that campaign. Just look it up. It's on Kickstarter. Body Bags artist edition. It looks amazing. I'm so excited about that. And I backed that one as fast as I could. Excuse me. Adam says, when he's done with this study, we're getting a Jeff Darrow study. No, we're not. We are not getting a Jeff Darrow study next. Because Jeff Darrow is like, he's like a protege. And he was a good friend of Mobius. And so I'm sure, like, this panel freaks me out, and this stuff freaks me out. And with Jeff Darrow, I would argue it's even worse with those kind of things. So we're not getting a Jeff Darrow. Not next. Not next. All right, cool. That's kind of coming along. Might have to tilt this eye up a little bit. I'll adjust, but it's coming along, getting some of the proportions in there. These are studies help him develop his drawing skills, build his hand. Okay, Alan Moore is alive. Okay, yeah, don't freak us out, dude. Alan Moore can't die. He is a wizard. Yes, I agree. He's got some power, some spell of eternal life. Some deal with that's right. He signed it with blood. Haven't seen anything about Alan Moore dying today, and it's seeming slightly trollish. Keep an eye out, chat. Come on, Welfay. Let's keep it cool, dude. Never can be sure. I should have done page A. Page A was awesome. But we're here. It's okay. We're gonna make it work with page B. All right, let's see. Let me catch up on the chat, and I'll pull out some Mobius stuff that we can look at, which will be really fun. John doesn't even remember which page I voted for. Well, it wasn't C, because nobody voted C. Shockingly, because of the dong panel, I think. So that's okay. I think we're all okay that didn't happen. Mr. Monkey Boy voted for stick figures. Katie voted for this one. Challenges are good. Agreed. I think I voted for this one too. Least amount of word bubbles. Okay, that's good. Good reason not to vote to vote for this one. Cranberry hears a booming, echoey voice. Oh, for Galactus. Keith David. Oh, that's a good suggestion. Bruce Campbell's chin. What's up, Bruce Campbell's chin? Yeah, Keith David would be great. Bruce Campbell would be great. Huh? How about Bruce Campbell? Bruce Campbell's chin. Did you know that Bruce Campbell wrote a comic that I read recently, which was Sergeant Rock versus the zombies or something like that? Is Nazi zombies? It was good. It was really fun. So if you don't know that about your face, that he wrote that, you should check it out. I didn't want C, and I like the middle panel better on this one with all these peeps. Yeah. Ooh, maybe the guy who played Odin in Thor's voice when he was angry. Maybe the guy who played Odin in Thor's voice when he was angry. In Thor. Maybe the guy who played Odin in Thor. Anthony Hopkins? Yes. Anthony Hopkins when he was telling Angry in Thor. Anthony Hopkins good. I don't know, I feel more of like a booming voice for sure with Galactus. I mean, you could process it all you want. As far as the acting, for sure, Anthony Hopkins could do it. C got 0 votes. That's right. No Galactus dong ship here. Comrade Sammy's back. Did you miss me? I did. We did, Comrade Sammy. We were all we were talking about when you were gone. John's been out of control. I grabbed the Andy Kubert X-Men hardcover from Essential Sequential on Kickstarter. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Andy Kubert's awesome. Talk about a family legacy of comics. Those guys. My goodness. It's funny, like, I think Andy Kubert drew or had more success than Adam Kubert. Am I mistaken on that? Or just more prolific than Adam Kubert, but yeah, I can't imagine the shadow those guys lived under with their dad being Joe Kubert. But I love how they just kind of they didn't just do what their dad did, they did their own thing, and yeah, they're great artists. Guys, fighting. I'm not seeing whoever's talking. It seems to be some disembodied voice floating around some smoke for some reason. Yes. Let's see. Awesome One. What's up, Awesome One?
Yes! That's awesome!
Just in time. You got to reset your alarm clock, man, for like 40 minutes earlier than what is that now. I didn't want to hear you yelling about... Yes. I don't think anybody did. Where's... Awesome One wanted me to. Got back from some Mexican ice cream. Wow. So good. Kevin Grievous. I like that. He does have a great voice. Yeah, he does have a great voice. Huh. That's cool. The physics of an entity that large would necessitate a heavy sound like an avalanche. Yeah, for sure something big. Yeah, I'll be curious. Curious how they figure that out. I don't know if Galactus is going to be in any Fantastic Four or Marvel movies or whatever, but maybe that's why they haven't done it or they did it so poorly in the Silver Surfer thing, because it's hard to figure out this character. Katie World Travels. I have not played Yes, I did. Didn't I? At the beginning when she was first here. I'll do it again. There she goes. Comrade Sammy, what's up? All right, cool. See, she knew I played it. Okay. Oh, what I was gonna do? I'll pull out some of that Mobius stuff. I unfortunately don't own any of his Blueberry books. Blueberry being the Western that Mobius drew, which was, he drew a lot of those books. But one of the most famous series that he did draw was the Inkle. It's a sci-fi epic written by Alexander Jodorowsky, and they have paired up, these two have paired up on so many different things, but the Inkle is kind of their big story together. Metabarons, all that. But this book has been produced a lot, and it came out in the 80s. I want to say the mid to late 80s in America. Yeah, early 80s. Published by Epic, which was a imprint of Marvel, I believe. But I remember when this came out, and it, you know, here I am as a little kid reading like X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that, and then seeing this was like, what the heck? But this has been produced so many times. Whoops, can't show some of that. But this amazing sci-fi cinematic, very abstract at times, philosophical, but so many cool concepts in this, and it's been borrowed from a million times in any kind of sci-fi movies that you can think of. There's the Metabaron. So really cool stuff. Look at these. Like, if there's one thing that Mobius knew how to do was scale using an economy of line. Beautiful pages. So yeah, there's 3 volumes of this, the Inkle. So Mobius did concept design on so many different things. There was a Dune, before Dune was the Dune that we know, modern day Dune. He did concept on a Dune movie for Jodorowsky. He wanted to direct a Dune movie. There's a great documentary out on, I can't remember what it's called, like Making Dune or something, but basically it's a movie that never got made. But Jodorowsky was supposed to be the director. And he hired Mobius. He hired H.R. Geiger, who was the Dutch artist who designed the aliens, the xenomorph aliens that we know from the Aliens franchise. He had hired, I think, Ron Cobb, who was this famous sci-fi illustrator, to design ships. And Mobius was doing character designs and storyboards on it. Incredible team. And it never got made. And all these guys were kind of at the beginning of their career. Well, no, not the beginning of their careers, but early on in their careers. And after that movie dissolved and fell apart, they all went to become the huge successes that they are in film design and sci-fi design. But Jodorowsky was the one who kind of assembled the team at the beginning. So, but can you imagine having H.R. Giger and Mobius on the same, and Ron Cobb on the same movie? Like, unbelievable. Look at these amazing vistas that Mobius designed. So I feel like he had so much practice drawing Blueberry, this Western book, with these like desert landscapes and stuff, that he applied them to this. Look at this. This is so cool. Sorry, my desk is at an angle, so it looks a little warped, but look how huge this stadium looks. And it's just the little dots, but the way that he laid it out and showed the contrast in size and detail, like you can really feel the scale of this stadium. What did I tell you about his crowd shots? This guy is crazy. Whoops. And yeah, it's amazing stuff. So that's Inkle. This is Inkle 3. Super crazy. And I think that Mobius even... Oh, no, he didn't. He might have lettered the original. I've shown this when I went to France the last time I picked up... yeah. I picked up this huge black and white size. I was actually debating picking a page from here to do as a master study. But I really love the silver... Whoop, can't look at that. I really love the Silver Surfer stuff. But look at these. These are the black and whites of just one volume of the Inkle. But look at that mark making, man. And I'm pretty sure Mobius did the original lettering in these. And then when they translated it to English, they had other letterers. But I love his handwriting, too. That's sick. Scary. Love this page. All right, let me catch up here. John's going to grab dinner about 30 minutes or so. Okay, awesome. Eating planets is silly. There's more energy in suns. Yeah, but you burn your tongue. You burn your tongue. Galactus does speak in all caps. Sure. Suns have no drama eating. Planets cause more drama. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, that's why he goes against popular. Because you can imagine all the, like, 1,000 screams of dying universes as he swallows them in his gullet. Inkle, the father of incel. The Inkle's great, and you shouldn't have been reading it as a kid, Rocky. I know, right? But I don't know. It just came out, and I was like, what is this crazy stuff? I do remember this image. It was like in an advertisement in the back of like a comic book, a regular comic book, when they were advertising it. And it just struck me because it's such a non-conventional composition. It's like in the middle of an action. It's not a cool hero pose. It's not like right after the character landed from the air and hit the ground and struck a pose. He's like mid-flip, and his expression is like, what the heck is going on? And these people rushing him. Just the way that was composed, it cropped off here. I remember going, what is that? And yeah, definitely made an impression on me as a kid. Yeah. Airtight Garage was my introduction to Mobius. Yes. Also heavy metal. Yes. That's right. Inkle has full frontal. The fact that kids read other books with nudity doesn't make it good to read books with nudity. Just saying. So happy to see Rocky's channel and live viewership growing. Well deserved. Thank you, Mark. Yeah. Let's keep growing it. Just keep enjoying what we're talking about. And I have people ask me, like, what do you do on your channel? I'm like, I'm just geeking out about comics. I love it so much. It brings me so much joy. And I will do this. I would do this in an empty room by myself, but it's so much more fun to like share it with other people. And I can't tell you how much joy I get when people say, you know what? Like I just had I had a lunch with my friend Lawrence the other day, and we were like scheduling, when we were going to meet up, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, hey, can you bring that copy of Absolute Batman? And I was like, yeah, like, how did you hear about it? He was like, I was watching your channel. And he doesn't watch it, not that I know of regularly, but I guess he caught it and saw me talking about it, so he wanted to see it in person, and it just brought me so much joy to say, like, that he learned about it through just me nerding out. I love that. I love sharing things that excite me. And how do I even start this middle panel? It's going to be a bunch of circles for heads as placement first. This is not cool. Oy, oy, oy. All right, let's just get some of these circles in here. Block them out first, and then we can worry about how we are going to fill these circles in. Ah, yes, and there's this this word balloon here. I might have told you guys a long time ago, there was a conference in LA. It was an animation conference called CTN. What does CTN stand for? I can't even remember. And it was a conference started to focus specifically on animation. It's supposed to be like an animation convention, and there hadn't been one. Usually people met up at like Comic-Con if they wanted to, and then there would be like animation panels, but nothing specifically for animation. And so this was I believe it was the first year that CTN started, so there was a lot of hype around it, but it wasn't as big as it had become yet because it was new. And one of the guests that they got to come was Mobius, which was incredible that they could bring him. My company had a booth at the time. We got a booth to kind of advertise at CTN, and one of the cool things they did was there was different venues. Like, it wasn't all in just one big room. It was at a hotel, so it was kind of broken up into different meeting rooms, conference rooms and stuff, and you wandered in and out. And the one that we were in had this main stage in the middle. It wasn't even a stage, it was just a middle area where they would put an artist, and they had all these cameras set up, and the artist would just sit there and draw, and the cameras would project it up on a TV screen so that people walking by could see or whatever. And it just so happened that the artist they had in our room was Mobius. So he was there in the center, 30 feet from where our table was, drawing. And it was so delightful to watch him draw because he just had so much joy. And this was before YouTube was a thing, so I could almost see him doing this on YouTube if he was still alive. But he was just sitting there drawing, and music was playing, and he was just having a fun time drawing this sketch. And I was just in awe sitting at our booth just staring at him do this. It was really, really incredible. And we had a brief interaction with him and his wife. They came by our booth, and we got to talk to them. And, she, at the time we were selling a shirt or something, and she was looking at it. And we just started gathering all of our stuff, our art books and our T-shirts and whatever stickers we had. And we just threw them all in a bag and handed to her. We're here you have. And she was like, no, let me pay. We're no, you take it. We were just huge fans of your husband. So that was my brush with greatness. It was really cool. And I took a video. I actually still have that video. I should post it on this channel. I'll do that. I'll kind of dig through it and post it later. But it was of him drawing. It was so cool. And then he died shortly after, maybe about a year after, I want to say. So we never knew that would be the last time we'd see him. Mobius spent some time in Mexico with his mother and stepdad. It has strong influence on him. Nice. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. Come on, everybody loves crotch shots. I'm going to take off, though. Rocky Bellis in chat. That black and white edition looks gorgeous. Ciao. See you later, Cranberry. Thank you for coming. Thanks for always being here. I'm thawing shrimp for Shrimp Primavera. Awesome one. Always coming in with a great food. Food Rex? The food recipes? Always nice to watch a magician work. Yeah, totally. Totally. It's like, it is like magic a little bit. Like for people who don't draw, and just to see somebody pull something out of the air and make it into something, it's total magic. More pain as you guys watch me draw. Can also be painful. What not to do. 101. Oh my gosh, this dude with the hat. I'm going to switch to a different color race too. It's one of those things where I'm like, the blue, alright. But, John always wants a chat. Get one of those. John's with the puns. I'm gonna change my color. So I've said this before, previous streams, but for those of you who know, I kind of alternate between different color race, and there's a few reasons, but one of the dumber reasons, or not scientific reason, is it just doesn't feel right sometimes, the color, like when you're just not feeling it. And so much of art is like tied to your emotional state and how you're feeling. And as we mentioned in one of the stream yesterday of like catching the muse, that term of like catching the muse, it's always like that. And so when I find like I'm just not getting it and I'm drawing in a certain color, to kind of shake me out of it, I'll switch colors in my color race. Or if it's getting too muddy, I need to like have another color pop out of it, I'll switch colors. And I tend to alternate between red and blue color races, scarlet red and just plain blue. But it just depends. I might get adventurous and bust out with a Tuscan red, maybe. It's like more of a burnt red color. Depending how I feel. Sometimes I've been known to use a green, but for the most part my main colors on color race pencils are red and blue. And then at the end of it my drawings look like bruises. As I have more red and more blue. Oh, I forgot to post on social media. I took a picture of, I pinned up the 3 master studies I have, both the pencils and the inks, up on my bulletin board right now, and it's so cool to see them all together. Just the kind of before and after, or the different progression on each one. Uh-oh. All right, hang on a second. I got to take this call. Stand by. It was very pressing laundry questions. Can I wash this color with this color? Is what just happened. Pretty awesome. Pardon me for stepping away, but that's life right there. Breaking story, Rocky has to cook dinner. Totally. All right, let's see. Yo, this is awesome. Derek Jones. How are you doing? Good to meet you here. One of my favorite Mobius stories. Nice. Welcome. Yeah, we're doing a page, recreating a page. I call it a master study. Sorry for all of you who I keep repeating this for, but love to tell people what this is about. I am reproducing a page from Silver Surfer Parable, drawn by, as you know, Mobius, written by the great Stan Lee. And these master studies are to help me learn why these masters did what they did, how they did what they did, and try and incorporate that or learn lessons of that hopefully will serve me well in the future. So I've done 3 master studies so far. Mike Zeck was the first one that I did, which I did what I learned from the Mike Zeck master study. So you can see, like, on my channel, I have playlists for each of the master studies I did, which is the live streams of the different parts. So from penciling to inking to final inks for all of these pages. So that's, if you have time to dig through those, you get the whole process on live stream, which is pretty awesome. And the wonderful chat is there that kept me company all hours of the day as I did all this stuff. And then I just launched, or just put together, a top 3 things I learned from the Mike Zeck page, and that's front and center on my YouTube page, my homepage. The top 3 lessons I learned from the Mike Zeck page, and I will be doing that for all the master studies will be doing from here on out. So the next one I'm doing is what I learned from the Michael Golden page. So yeah, this has been great. It's been a great learning experience for me. It's been a fun thing to document on YouTube and with the chat. And I just started this Mobius page today. We're just in the penciling phase today. The other cool thing is I like to involve the chat in helping me pick the page that I'm going to do the master study on. So many of the people here helped to vote to pick this page. And it was from 3 different pages. They were choosing between 3 different pages from this book. So here we are, but so good to see you. Hope you enjoy the stream. I love that this is one of your favorite Mobius stories. I feel like it was such a great move by Marvel to do this. Because one, to have, at the time, to have Stan Lee write a story was amazing, because at that point, at least when this came out, you know, he wasn't writing regularly on comics anymore, and he's just a legend. He was just the name Stan Lee. So for him to write a story was incredible, but also to have Mobius illustrate it, I feel like it introduced Mobius to illustrate a story that was a superhero story, for all intents and purposes, with Silver Surfer, was a brilliant move, because a lot of people didn't know of Mobius's work. Only the nerdiest of the nerdy knew of his work. I mean, that's not true, but you know, he wasn't as widely popular as American artists who were working at the day. So I think it was just such a brilliant move for them to try and get him more well known, instead of just him publishing some obscure French story. They had him work on a known character, and the results were this. So yeah, it's great. And it's a big reason why I picked it over doing like a page from the Inkle or something like that. So yeah, welcome. It takes me several live streams to finish these master studies, because it also depends on my streaming schedule. But like the Eisner page that I just finished a couple weeks ago took me quite a long time, because it was just a difficult page. A lot to learn, a lot to do. The fun thing that will be the new challenge for this page is working. I decided to work with a pen nib. So when I get to the inking stage, I will be using a pen nib on this, as opposed to a brush, which I've been using on the past 3 master studies. So that's a big reason why I wanted to do Mobius, because I think he inked a lot of his work using a pen nib. And so yeah, that'll be a whole different technique to learn for his pen nib, and just all the things that go into that. So yeah, I'm really excited about that part of it. Is that Princess Leia or what? What's going on with this girl's hair buns here? Okay, let's see. Blocked some of that in. Let me see. Let me move on to... I'm going to just rough a little bit more, and then I'm going to move on to that top panel, getting some of that blocked in, and then I might come back down to this middle panel here after I'm... Sometimes you stare at something so long, you just can't see straight after a while, and you got to step away, move on to something else on the page, and then come back to it. But I just feel like my eyeball is jumping all over the place with all these heads, that I need to move on to something else and then come back to it, because I know these are all like crazy all over the place. Big Boy Burgers in the house. What's up? Coming from the side door, Big Boy Burgers. How you doing? Cherish Psalms. Where have you been? I feel like you've been avoiding us because of this.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
Haven't seen you in a while, Cherish Psalms. But I was just thinking about, wow, I haven't played Cherish Psalms sound effect in a long time. I think it's because she was freaked out by it. But hopefully that's not the reason why. Hopefully you've just been busy. But I'm so glad you're back. So glad you're here. Always fun to have you in the chat. Oh, wow, that was way different. Still TBD whether or not I'm going to... I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I will just draw the word balloons and not do the lettering. However, this lettering's pretty cool. Cool to have in there. Very Galactus phrase. So we'll see. for the Will Eisner page, which did have a lot of word balloons in it and kind of affected the composition, I just drew the word balloons, but not the lettering, because that's not really what I'm trying to learn here. So, but we'll see if I'll do. I think I'll do the same thing. I guess it's not that much lettering on this page. We'll see. I might do the same thing. All right. Okay. Well, what are we doing here? Top panel. Goodness gracious. I gotta find that proper perspective point, so let's see. Where does this all originate from? It's like a simple one-point perspective. Right here. And then is that where they... Oh, I feel like it extends a little bit past. Oh, no, that is the point. Right there, right at that corner. So it all radiates from this vanishing point right here. Right at the... Right here is our vanishing point. So how am I going to even... What is the best way to... That. Give me a point. Just trying to give myself some reference points, even with the other panel. Yeah, this is definitely the right vanishing point. Right here. Whew. And here. So that corner. This is so not conventional, but I'm using where the perspective line hits or intersects with the border, the panel border, as a reference point. Maybe that's too dark. That's about to be so detailed. So many new people popping in today. Did I see a troll asking for a mod earlier? Maybe. We were keeping an eye out on that person. So all the mods that are here, definitely kept a careful eye, and I appreciate that. Oh, excuse me. Yep, there you go. Comrade Sammy knows. Yes. It's Morbin time. What Rocky meant to say is 3 things I learned from Michael Bolton. I would have guessed that Mobius had a bigger audience in Europe and the US. It was. Did I say that wrong? You're absolutely right. No, that's exactly what I meant. Was his audience was huge in Europe, and still is. The audience in Europe is way bigger than America. I think now with the internet the way it is and just how accessible stuff is, for sure somebody like Mobius is more well-known globally, but no. Yeah, his he for sure was more well-known in Europe than here. Totally cheat. 3 1/4. Give me that point. I'm going to use blue because blue blends in better. Well, it's going to be lots of lines on this one. That voice bite has burned me. Sorry. I was a little busy bee. Share a clip of something you like Rocky to play, Cherished. What is this? What is this? Cherished Psalms. Okay. Dare I click on this? What in the... Oh, stop it. Stop it. I'm not... I could make that your soundbite. Would you rather that be your soundbite? No. I wanted that page especially for the top panel, but like the whole page. Oh, so Mark loves this top panel. Oof. We're gonna do it, Mark. We're gonna do it. Doing it for you. I've got too many mods now. You've got too many mods now. You know what? I love the mods here. They're all helping out. So there's no rules, Antoine Dennison. There's no rules. Ian Parker Art says drawing the background is always a pain. You know, there are some people who love the backgrounds just as much as they love the characters. Usually backgrounds get a bad rap, and it's everybody wants to be the character designer or draw the cool characters in the cool pose. There's one artist I would highly recommend you look at. His name is Danny Earls. I've talked about him before on my channel in books I've reviewed. But he is currently drawing on Hulk, one of the Hulk books, and he's also drawing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle covers, and he did a couple one-shot stuffs here and there. He's an Irish artist, so his story is he used to be a soccer player, footballer, professional footballer, successful career, and he retired and has now become a comic book artist. Just worked his tail off to become a comic book artist, and he loves comics. He talks about it all the time. It's like his dream to be a comic artist. I follow him on both X and Instagram, and he is such a genuine dude and just loves what he's doing, never takes it for granted. And it's just cool to see him be successful in another field as well. He's like one of those guys that like, all right, you're just good at everything you do. But I love it. Like, and he just seems pretty humble about it. But the cool thing is he was at New York Comic Con, and right next to him, the booth that they had him at, was Frank Miller. And he has this picture of him standing next to Frank Miller saying like, I will never forget this moment. Oh, he drew a cover to like Batman, like one of the Batman books, a variant cover. And I guess he showed it to Frank Miller, and Frank Miller said, now that's a Batman. And so it just made his day. Like, can you imagine having Frank Miller compliment one of your drawings? Like, holy moly. So, yeah, I would recommend following him because he talks about it too. I've seen him talk about it on his channels, social media channels, and show some process stuff. But he loves drawing backgrounds just as much as he loves drawing characters. And I'd argue he's better at drawing backgrounds than characters, but he's good at both. And he takes pride in like the reference that he does, that he takes for the backgrounds and why he draws this detail. And he draws some beautiful, beautiful background stuff. So yeah, I would recommend checking out his work because it just shows you like there's some people that are just built for that. It's hard, but some people just love it and treat it with as much respect and talent and time as others do just characters. So he's really inspirational in that sense. Like when I was on a lot of animated projects that I worked on and that I was like helping with or directing or whatever, like oftentimes I would be like the background dude. Just because I loved it. I wouldn't say as much as Danny Earls, but I also worked with people who are really good at character stuff, and so as much as I loved character stuff too, sometimes I was just like, well, okay, I guess I'm doing backgrounds because nobody else is doing it. And but there's such an art to it, and it can tell so much of the story as well, just like the character stuff can. So it's easy to just like, you know, like kind of ignore it and just like, oh geez, just like fill it in, or like let me just put like a quick background here, quick background line in here. But if you find somebody who has as much passion, or you find the passion yourself and just find the joy in it yourself and the storytelling in it itself, like it can really take your work up a notch too. I've worked with some great background designers in the animation field, some great background designers, and it's just really awe-inspiring to see them like succeed and kind of come up with the stuff they come up with. It's like tin can head. Okay, so this line cuts here, so it's hitting at about his, wow, right on his crotch. That perspective line hits right on his crotch. So similarly, gotta end his crotch here. And use that as a reference point. I find with this, with Mobius's stuff, it's so technical in a good way, but like almost mathematical, which I doubt he was thinking of it that way, but just to break it down like this is really complicated. And see, went back to the blue. How do you do that? Plenty of mods, but need more audience. We are hoping he ends up with thousands of subscribers. Then we'll need several mods at least. Nice. We're just laying the foundation, guys. You guys are the OG mod squad. Everybody's gonna be like, how did they get to be mods? There's too many people in here. How did they get to be mods? Like, how did they possibly do it? Because you know what? Everybody was a mod early on this channel, and they earned it. So, yeah, it's great. Just building up the foundation. Fist. What's better, Kirby, Surfer, or Mobius? Ooh. I'm going to go with Kirby. Mobius, it's almost like one of those things where Mobius could draw nothing bad. Like every version that Mobius drew of something was the coolest version of it. But there's something, you know what? You didn't include in that conversation Bishema, though. Bishema drew a great Surfer. But let me see. I do have a Kirby. Don't I? It's in my box. Tell me it's in my box. Oh no. Oh. All right. We can compare here. Now this was not. This is so cool. I'm glad I had this out and not in my box in my garage. But this is a great, great compilation. Now, Jack Kirby did not draw this cover. I think Earl Norham painted it. So don't let the cover, which it's like it's okay. But don't let the cover fool you, because this is about to blow your mind. Look at that. Come on. If that doesn't say Galactus, I don't know what. Like, come on. There is something. Yeah, I gotta say Kirby on Silver Surfer. It's so crazy cool. That is like the best ever. Look at this. It's so cool. The weird Jack Kirby anatomy, but I mean, there's an elegance to Mobius, a realism to him, but Kirby's just dynamic up the wazoo, and he just made this weird stuff work, man. I always get so excited when I look at Kirby stuff because it's just pure excitement, pure power, just like flying at you. That's amazing. John Buscema drew great Silver Surfer too. Really like dynamic, beautiful anatomy. Oh, there's just something about Kirby though. Look at that Galactus. So like, I'm drawing this, right? Mobius drew that. This, yeah, it's so real and like figured out how the face and the scale, and then Kirby drew this. Just punches you in the face. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love this. Look at that. Wow. This like beautiful seductress to like match Silver Surfer. I also have, this will totally derail the stream, but I also have Trad Moore's Silver Surfer. Did you guys ever see that book? Silver Surfer, I think it was called Silver Surfer Black. I'll pull that out. All right, I'm gonna start a poll. We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna say Ardina. Amazing. I didn't get Kirby when I was younger-ish. I mean, it's not like I like Kirby just as an adult. I definitely, like, as a kid, started liking Kirby. When I first saw Kirby, though, I was like, eh. But I love Kirby now. Look at that guy. Anybody can wear a coat like that and draw how he does. Come on. That's like life goals right there. Joe Sinnott, great inker on Kirby stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna just start a poll because it'll be worth hearing what you guys think. Switch views so you don't see me typing. That's not favorite Silver Surfer. And then I'll put an other option, then we can talk about it. All right, just started a poll. Feel free to jump in and vote on the poll as we go here. Click it. I clicked it. Yes, sorry, I'm behind. I wouldn't kick you out. I love Earl's art. His Batman art is so awesome. Earl Norham? Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of his painted work, but I haven't totally explored it, so maybe I'll look into it more. I'm super biased about this cover and the fact that Kirby's inside here. I'm super biased, but yeah, I know he's done a lot of like painted stuff for Marvel and all that. Come on, the colors in this are so good. I love it. Crotchy crotch. Yes. I have a modience. That's great. I love that term. Very good term. Angela Curry modded me, but I asked for a spatula instead of you guys. I've learned from you guys how to derail this. Where are we at? Other. Wait. Jack Kirby, 40%. Other, 60%. Wow. Who are the others you guys are talking about? Is it John Buscema? Who else are you talking about? Okay, hold on. Let me find... I'll show you another person who's drawn Silver Surfer. I'm just avoiding drawing the perspective. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm derailing this. Oh. Oh, yeah. Did you guys ever see this? Tradd Moore. Tradd Moore is such a good artist. He's kind of disappeared a little bit. The last thing I saw him do was the Doctor Strange Sunrise? Doctor Strange book that he did. And his style has arguably become more abstract, a little different. I first learned of Tradd Moore's work from Ghost Rider. He did the reinvention of the Robbie Reyes reinvention of Ghost Rider. It was so good. Really dynamic. And then he was also working on Luther Strode, the series called Luther Strode. It was his own creator-owned stuff at Image. The Legacy of Luther Strode. He worked with Justin Jordan was the writer. Yeah, this is Tradd Moore's stuff. Really violent and... Let me get to his action stuff, because his action stuff... Whoop, violent. Very violent. Trying to get a fight sequence. Here we go. Like, really violent. Just super high impact. Yeah, I think his Ghost Rider stuff is some of my favorite stuff. Luther Strode's really good too, but his Ghost Rider stuff was awesome. And then he started taking his style like this, which is arguably more abstract, but he did these, talk about crotch shot, did these crazy angles and distortion and weird stuff. I don't know, he's like tripping when he's drawing this stuff, but here's his Silver Surfer. Like all these weird panel things he did. It's almost like he liquefied his artwork. But a really cool Silver Surfer. Oh, these like gods that Silver Surfer met. He's good. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him though. I feel like he might have burnt out a little bit. Look at that. Null, the character Null. It's really cool. I digress, as usual. Okay, let's see. In the chat. A spanner, not a wrench, but I'll let you have it. Oh, is it called a spanner in the UK? Katie said other because she doesn't know. I don't know what Silver Surfer is. What? Comrade Sammy. What? I'm shocked. Silver Surfer. So the idea of Silver Surfer was he was a cosmic being, a herald created by Galactus to go out into the universe and find planets for Galactus to eat because he was hungry, and he gained his sustenance, his energy by eating planets. He was a planet eater. And so he created Silver Surfer to surf around space, find planets that he could come and eat. However, Silver Surfer had an he was from an alien race. His name was Norin Rad. Great name. And he had a heart where he would see these. When he got to Earth, he realized, and that's what happens in this book, this ultimate cosmic experience book. He made it down to Earth and realized that these people were good, and he didn't want Galactus to destroy these innocent people. I don't know why it was Earth that really stuck with him and not all the other worlds. But so then he kind of goes against Galactus, his creator, and rebels against him, and kind of, with the help of human superheroes like the Fantastic Four, repels Galactus from eating Earth. And from time to time, Galactus comes back and tries again. But that's where Silver Surfer defies him and rebels against him. It's a great story. Putting somebody on a surfboard, a cosmic surfboard, is the craziest idea ever. But that's Jack Kirby for you. And making it work, making it epic and super heroic. That was Jack Kirby. So yeah, that's who the Silver Surfer was. And he could pretty much do anything. He had power cosmic, which meant he could do anything. He could fly, he was invulnerable, he had these power blasts he could do, he could transform his look. He could command his surfboard to fly around and help him out, kind of like Thor can with his hammer. And he was just super powerful, so he was almost unstoppable, other than Galactus himself could stop him. So it's a very cool character, kind of this wandering the space, trying to find meaning in life. Like, he has a purpose, but he's going against that purpose. Lots of great stuff. Such great stuff. I smell some messing around on this poll. I don't have any Kirby or okay, where are we at with the poll? What's it at? Oh, Jack Kirby's winning 57% with 7 votes. Just eking it out. Esad Ribic, Random McRanderson says, "What's up, man? Random McRanderson." Yes, Esad Ribic, he's a great artist. I actually honestly don't know much of his work. I know he's a painter or does painted comic stuff, and I know he's really good, but I haven't if you could recommend a book that I should start off on his work, I would love that. But I know he's very talented. I don't think I've seen his version of Silver Surfer, so maybe that would be the book you recommend. But that's a great vote. Still going, Emo Trash. What's up, Emo Trash? Still going. We are here. Well, how long are we? 2.5 hours. Wow. Yeah, we'll wrap soon, I think. We will. Poppy in for a sec with her boy. What's up, Emo's boy? Maybe you don't want to be referenced as that. Sorry. What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you, Emo, for coming in and saying hello. Hit that like if you can. Vote in the poll. Do you know who Silver Surfer is? And if so, do you prefer Jack Kirby or Mobius? Mobius, you know, that's from the book that you guys voted on. Mobius, or I'll just give you that page. The undeniable page. Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby, Mobius. Mobius, Jack Kirby. Both incredible. Hard to pick your fave, but I would pick this one. This is awesome, though. Amazing. Esad Ribic, or Ribic, sorry. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. Ribic, or Brett Booth. Oh, Brett Booth. I know Brett Booth's work, but I'm not familiar with his drawing of Silver Surfer. I didn't know he drew Silver Surfer a lot. Brett Booth, just one of those guys that just draws anything really well. trying to think who else drew Silver Surfer. Walt Simonson, I think, has drawn Silver Surfer. I love Walt Simonson. But is he the best Silver Surfer artist? I wouldn't say so. Now, if you're talking about Thor, Walt Simonson is definitely at the top of that conversation. But best Silver Surfer? I don't know. Trying to think who else had a Silver Surfer that's worth to be in consideration as the best Silver Surfer artist. Claudia Castellini. Jim Starlin. That's a good one. Jim Starlin of the like Infinity War, Adam Warlock, Thanos. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember... I know that Shelby's not in the stream. Shelby, American Discord. But I do remember buying a few Ron Lim Silver Surfer books back in my day. And Shelby is not the biggest fan of Ron Lim. But at the time, he was the Silver Surfer artist, so... Is he in the running? Is he part of the conversation? Wow, so far off here. The nice thing about drawing with these color erase, for those of you who have never used them before, or this is your first time being exposed, is they erase pretty nice. They don't leave such a like, you don't have to press so hard on it, so you can really like flesh out things, rough things out, and if you have to make a correction, pretty easy to take it off the page. So that's part of the reason why they're really fun at this rough stage to kind of use. Otherwise, if you're like me, you'd press really hard, you'd like make an impression, like a physical impression on the page, and then it would be really hard to make any corrections. And Lord knows I make a lot of mistakes. I need a lot. The color erase is like the Control-Z of pencils. Yeah, his legs are way part of the perspective. Rebeach is #1 for me. Random McRanderson says, all right, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look for some of his Silver Surfer work. Seems Rocky doesn't want me around this week. What? Get out of here. Yo, Bear Hunt. Bye, Emo Trash. Castellini did some amazing anatomy on Silver Surfer too. When I look at that page, Mobius Silver Surfer almost looks like a manga. Yes, it does have that influence in it, doesn't it? It does. Something about the rendering. I think it's the tool. Like, I think it's this like pen nib, which is very common in manga art versus brush. There is a manga artist I follow on X right now. His name is, oh goodness. No. Eldo Yoshimizu. And Eldo Yoshimizu, and he draws this book called Ryuko, which I've reviewed before, or talked about before on my Wednesday Comics. And I love the art in that book. And he posts on his social media, he'll post process pages, sometimes videos of him inking, and he uses nib. And he's like really scratchy with it and stuff, but it's great. But it's kind of it seems like it's more of a common tool rather than brush inking in manga. I don't know if it's because it's faster or that's just the style and the look. So yeah, I think because Mobius favors nib in his work, maybe that's why it has that same feel. He also has a lot of like contour lines that are common in manga. So yeah, great observation though. Uh-oh, about to be educated. He is. It's funny, when I was a kid, speaking of him being too overpowered, when I was a kid, we used to play. So, the big thing growing up was like Dungeons and Dragons, and it was really controversial. Like there are all the news reports about like, oh, your kids are going to become satanic if they play Dungeons and Dragons. And so, kind of to combat that a little bit, was like I found out that they had a Marvel superheroes version of Dungeons and Dragons. And so me and my friends, my buddies who I had some of those earlier streams with from my super nostalgia streams, Fred and Atik, we would play Marvel superheroes role playing. And like Dungeons and Dragons, they would take the Marvel characters and give them abilities and rank their abilities like on a scale, so that you knew what your characters can do and who they fought and all that. And so there were certain characters like Silver Surfer that were just stacked, like crazy stacked. And it was like, if you had that character or were playing with that character, it's like you basically could not be stopped. And so his abilities were always maxed out. But I'd argue Silver Surfer's weaknesses were like his conscience, right? So he like struggled with that. Should I or shouldn't I lead my hungry boss to Earth and deal with the like 1,000 voices screaming as they're being devoured by the Earth, by the planet devourer? So dramatic. Such a drama queen, Silver Surfer. Oh my gosh. All right, we got basic Galactus in here. Here's the word bubble. Rebitch, the Silver Surfer Requiem. Okay, awesome. I am going to write that down. I love recommendations. Thank you so much, Random McRanderson. Love it. Silver Surfer Requiem. Written by Straczynski. Oh, okay, cool. I just was talking about Straczynski yesterday because he wrote Superman Earth 1, right? And I actually found that at my library and reserved it, so that should be arriving soon, I think. Really excited to see that. That was the Shane Davis, one of Shane Davis's big books when he was working for DC, so I'm very excited to dig into that one. Oh, okay, let's see. What is the poll? And the poll. 62% Jack Kirby. Nice. Kirby won. I should do a Kirby page one of these days. That would be cool. Maybe. I don't know. Wow, a letter person, a groomsman, and an artist in Jettystream all in one day. Oh, is Sean streaming right now? Oh my gosh. Is he really streaming right now? Today's Tuesday. Oh, no, I don't see his streaming. Maybe I missed it. I like John Buscema and Claudia Castellini's Silver Surfer. I hate Ron Lim's art. It looks amateur to me. Yeah. Ron Lim's got like Jim Starlin in him a little bit. I mean, at the time when he was drawing Silver Surfer, I agree. I'm not a huge Ron Lim fan by any stretch of the imagination. But he had a run. He had a run in the 90s. And, he's been working in the business for a long, long time. So I'll give him that. But he's still working. Definitely give him that. Kudos to that guy, you know, making a career out of it. He was pretty popular when he was on Silver Surfer too. So, yeah. But if you talk to if you talk to Shelby, oh my gosh. It's so funny. Ron Lim even drew, there was that book I was talking about one of my streams. Tim Vigil's work, Grips. Ron Lim was one of the first artists, I think even before Tim Vigil drew on it, to draw Grips. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, he's been around. Who's that? Beep. But John Buscema, yeah, I've seen some amazing that cover with Hulk and John Buscema. Hulk, what am I talking about? Thor and Silver Surfer, that classic cover of them just like clashing. John Buscema cover, beautiful, one of the best Marvel covers ever. He draws a really good Silver Surfer. I would almost put him in the same conversation as Kirby and Mobius. All right, I saw that smoke. And then just a million buildings here that are going to be painful. Let me draw a few more perspective lines here. And then we could call it for today. Okay, let's see. This point, again, giving myself some reference points here. I want to draw the top of that building. Sorry, just replying to one of my kids, making sure they're okay. They're like, I'm having a valuable conversation about Silver Surfer right now, so what do you want? Something tell me, like, when Mobius drew this, he just probably blasted out this perspective. Like, didn't even think about it twice. And I'm going to struggle with it all the way. All the way. That road. Road. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll give myself a measurement reference. So, a little less than 7 3/4. Getting into math here. Art is math. Not really. Okay, boom. So then is that the road? All right, that's okay. Garney and Marshall Rogers did nice servers. Yeah, wow, I guess there's a lot of people. Ron Garney's awesome. Marshall Rogers, great. Eastside, yes, I do know of Ribich's art on Conan. So, yeah, I could see that. Silver Surfer is a Marvel big boy. His main enemy eats worlds. That's a good description. I see Ribich as artists I usually buy without looking too much deeper. 0 for Mobius on a Mobius master draw stream. I love Mobius, but not for Silver Surfer. For stuff like 40 Days. Oh! Did you see the... I can pull that out. I did a flip through. You can see a flip through on my channel, but I'll pull it out really quick. Speaking of 40 Days. I got a lot of Mobius stuff. I do. This is the 40 Days book you're talking about, Randison. Beautiful stuff. Kind of this like spiritual journey in a sci-fi. Can tell why he paired up with Jodorowsky as a creative. I have a flip through video. I won't flip through too much of this because you can see it on a flip through video I have on my channel. Back when I was doing flip through videos. Awesome stuff. These crazy vistas and weird. Man. Beautiful. So there's that. I have this book called The Art of Mobius. Oh my gosh, Arzak? Are you kidding me? I can pull out my Art of Arzak book too. Maybe I will. Art of Mobius. Look at this amazing. He did some concept for a Nemo movie. Nemo of Winsor McKay's Nemo, not like Finding Nemo. Look at that beautiful concept art for Nemo. Can you imagine a movie looking like that? Whew. This is from it too. Little Nemo in Slumberland. Like, holy cow. I think they have some... No, maybe I'm wrong. I thought they had some Tron stuff in here. Look at that Jimi Hendrix drawing. Ridiculous. There's Arzak. For those of you who don't know, Mobius had this character Arzak, who he's just kind of like a world traveler, journeyer. This guy, he always kept showing up in a lot of his work, and Mobius did a comic and short stories with him. There he is. And took very different forms at times. Was like androgynous, male, female, always with this like top hat or type of hat. Excuse me. But he would just travel, just fly on these weird creatures and travel, explore. Here's his blueberry stuff. Here's the Western blueberry stuff. My gosh. Oh my gosh. So that's what I was talking about. This like, I feel like right there and right there. It's kind of living in that world. Look at this painting. You mean to tell me he could do this and this? Yes, that is Mobius. He does these really simplified stuff. And then this. I think he worked on this. Yes. Okay, Adam, if you're still here, this was a collaboration that Mobius did with Jeff Darrow. Now that is a crowd scene to be frightened of. Crazy. More Arzak stuff. Look at this pen and ink work. He was so good, Mobius. Man. Frightening. Frighteningly good. Fusions is another book I have. Oh my gosh. I'm getting depressed now. Look at that. Oh, this is Death. Somebody mentioned Vertigo. I think it was Mr. Monkey Boy saying Vertigo is coming back, which I'm like, whatever. But Death from Sandman. Look at this version of Mobius's version of Death. It's beautiful. Wow, look at that Silver Surfer. It's like made out of stone. This Punisher. Yeah, just every version he drew was like the coolest version. I think this was concept he did on Willow, the movie Willow. Whew. Yeah, this stuff right here. Mad Mardigan. I mean... really, really depressingly good. Hello. Just the amount of work that he did is at the level that he did it at is stunning. And how diverse it was. Beautiful painting, watercolor painting. Oh, this was concept work for The Abyss. You guys know that movie, the James Cameron movie, The Abyss? This was his concept for the aliens. It's like bioluminescent deep sea creatures. Wow. So fun. Willow. Yeah. Great stuff. And then finally, this is not the last Mobius thing I have, but the last thing I'll show is he did this story called Edina, which actually, since I bought this, they've this is a Japanese version. They translated it into English, so I should have waited because I didn't know that they were going to make an English version. But crazy good. I love these designs. These weird gas mask dudes. Like dong nose dudes. Look at his creatures. Ah, Mobius. Mobius. Amazing. So many cool concepts, sci-fi concepts. But I just love how he could easily bounce back and forth between simplicity and complexity. And yeah, and just execute it perfectly. Look at that. Whew. Like this whole thing is like this kind of simple line, blah, blah, blah. And then he went out and painted this. So simple, right? So strong. And everything in between. All right, that's my Mobius fan geek out. Arzak, sorry, wasted to say, if you do a Kirby study, please let it be a Fourth World one. Nice. Fourth World is awesome. I generally try not to criticize professionals. Who am I after all? Yo, back from the gym. You know, it's not. It's true. But we all have our preferences too. But yeah, at the end of the day, like if we're talking about Ron Lim, like that dude is a working comic book artist for decades, and I am just copying one page of Mobius. So, but yeah, we all have preferences. Zaid Comics back from the gym. He's all like jacked out, ready for more comics talk. 1 trillion buildings. The same problem as trying to do a Wrightson study. Get ready to draw lines. Hard books to get. Some of them are, yeah. It's been several decades that I've acquired this collection, and like I said, it's not the end of it. I have quite a few more Mobius stuffs, but I'll save that for another stream. Great collection, thank you. Shant doesn't start until 5 p.m. your time, Rocky. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll be ending before then anyway, so no worries. But it could be just from here to there. If you guys do not know Shant and Jetty, I'm sure most of you do already. Go subscribe to his channel. He's doing... What is Shant doing tonight? I don't even know. Thursdays he does Pizza Live. He must be doing an art stream or something tonight. But go subscribe to my buddy Art... Shant and Jetty Art, his channel. People drop the link in the chat. He does some great stuff. Talk about a talented artist and a guy who likes to geek out about it. Shant and I would always have these conversations while we were in college. We've known each other for over 30 years now, and we met in college over a mutual love of comics, and it's kept us friends till today. Now we're sharing it on YouTube, which is crazy, but so much fun. So yeah, subscribe to his channel. He just finished up his second chance campaign for his book Nosfero the Cryptwalker, which was amazing. His book is incredible, and he's working on issue 2 as well as a new campaign for his series, his comic book series, Spring Ball, that he did when he was working on Spring Ball when we were in college, and then he produced the comic book after we graduated, produced 2 issues, self-published 2 issues before self-publishing was really a thing. And now he's bringing back Spring Ball and is going to produce a book redoing a lot of what he did already on the original books. So it's awesome. I've already seen a lot of the new stuff he's working on, and with all of his experience and new just his experience and new perspective, like he's adding that into Spring Ball, and it's going to be amazing. So I'm super excited for that. Nosfera the Cryptwalker is incredible painted comic, but Spring Ball is going to be more of a traditional mainstream pen and ink, digital pen and ink. Although the original, he did do the original inks, but the new stuff I think he's doing digitally. So it's going to be a combo. And if you loved 90s comics, Image, Todd McFarlane, all that kind of stuff, you're going to love Spring Ball. He just came up with he's already said it on stream, so I don't think I'm ruining it, but he came up with his like elevator pitch for it, and he said it's like Evil Dead meets Spider-Man. And it's so true. The feel of it kind of has that take. So check it out. He has not launched a campaign yet for Spring Ball, but I think that's coming up next after he finishes up Nosfero. The final movie went into a more Disney-esque direction. I could flip through Mobius books forever. I know, right? Boo, Barry. I'm working on a spaghetti western fan. Wow. Oh, man. That sounds awesome, Phil. That sounds really awesome. Love spaghetti westerns. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Really cool. So excited. Go subscribe to Zaid Comics. Learn more about his spaghetti western coming next year. And ice cream rolls. And whether or not they're a good idea. I think he thinks so. His brother Brandon, not so much. There's an Arzak animated cartoon Mobius did 20 years ago. I think it's on YouTube. Wow. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I don't think I've seen that. Yes. Random McGrandison they are. I gotta start earning money on comics. I gotta produce comics so that I can earn money on comics so I can buy more comics, because they are expensive. And they're endless. They're endless to keep collecting and enjoying. I love it so much, though. I really do. Just after getting the Daniel Warren Johnson signature edition yesterday and looking at it, I haven't even completely flipped through that yet, but like I was like so excited, and it was a pretty penny to buy it. And then the Jason Pearson body bags one launched this morning, and I'm like, buy. Like I couldn't help myself. I'm like, I can't not have that one. Like he's one of my favorites. And I said that's the same excuse I gave myself when I was buying Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. So it's hard. You gotta earn a living to be able to afford the living. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon here. I think I've spent the energy on this that I can spend today. I will probably work on this a little bit off stream just to tighten up some areas and kind of look at this perspective a little closer. But we're on our way. This is not just 1 point perspective. This is a 2 point perspective. So I gotta find that other vanishing point is way off page. So I'm going to have to wing it a little bit to find it. I'll do that later when I have a little bit more energy. But we got through some stuff here. We made some progress. I may have another pencil stream. Usually I do no more than 2 penciling streams. And then the rest of the streams are primarily inking streams. And I had quite a few inking streams on the Eisner one. So that'll probably be the same case here. I don't know if I can finish all the pencils. I'll probably do one more penciling stream, I think, to tighten up the rest of it. I'll do some work off stream, but then finish it up on stream maybe next. And then we'll get to inking, which is the whole nib, inking with a nib process, which will be a whole other can of worms. That's gonna kill me. I'm dying after this. Guys, it's been nice knowing you, but this one's gonna kill me. So yeah, we'll wow, is that guy's face so far off? Am I so far off with the chubby dude's face? I am. It's not even in this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some adjustments off stream, because I think his face starts here. It's more over to the side. That makes more sense. Yep, I can see it now. Yeah. All right. What else? Let me just catch up here and then we will close this out. Sub to this weirdo. He makes good stuff. Zaid Comics. Nice. Thanks for the link. Awesome one. I still need 16 more to live stream. Mark's Music Obsession is hunting for subscribers. He is such a good dude. So faithful. So on top of it. Please subscribe to his channel. Mark loves music, if you can't tell from his name. He's done some reviews that have gotten some great reviews on equipment that have gotten some great engagement. But I'm telling Mark he's got it, because he lives in an amazing location in Florida, has a boat, beautiful views of the water. I'm telling him he needs to do like some sort of like relax streams of where he lives and just chill out. It's like Jack Handy's, like, you know, good thoughts, pleasant thoughts, just chill out streams, play some cool music. That's what I'm voting for that, Mark. But if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do, so that we can get more streams and find out what it is Mark's going to stream about. That would be amazing. Deep sea fishing streams would be incredible. I would love it. Mark, we've got some good suggestions here. If you aren't geeking out about Mobius, you're doing something wrong. I love that. You're right, Random McRandison. It's funny because there's been so many different times, and I shared a little bit about it earlier on, of when I discovered Mobius for the first time. But it seems like different points in my life I've come across Mobius, and each time it's just like discovering it for the first time. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy is so good. And I don't think I'd look at the same stuff every time I discover him, which is how much work he's produced. I've like discovered something new every few years. So yeah, he's really good. All right, I think Mark posted a link to Shant's channel. Awesome. I don't know what that link was, Mr. Mike Winky Boy, but maybe that's Shant's channel as well. Comics kept us together. Yes. I have the Art of Adina, the World of Adina hardcovers. Nice. 2 issues and a preview issue of Spring Ball Rocky. Yes, I have all the originals too. Mark. Oh wait, I don't know if I have the preview issue. I do have some. I thought I had some originals too, or just like roughs that he had done. I'll have to look in my file. Do you own any Frazetta art book? I don't own that. I had to think about it. I don't own that big one, the like Fantastic World of Frazetta. I couldn't afford it at the time, which I know a lot of you guys are rolling your eyes because I'm just blowing money left and right on all these artist editions. But at the time that came out, I couldn't pull the trigger on it. I thought I had. There is a Frazetta book. It was like an obscure Frazetta book. I'm gonna have to look. Not off the top of my head, Ian Parker. Yeah, not off the top of my head. And I need to rectify that. I know, Mark. I know you are. I love how bro is posted up in the first panel. Yeah. Yep, I was so young. Ouch! Comrade Sammy, did I really need that to end my stream? Come on. Comrade Sammy, yeah. Fixing audio equipment. Thinking that would be good as well. Need the subs to live stream. Sub to Mark's Music Obsession or else. That's right. We will threaten you guys. All right, so here we are. Let's call it for now. I will do more work on this off stream, and then I'll loop you guys back in to finish up the pencil work, I think, on this bad boy. But here's where we are. Made some good progress on this. Fun face. Man, that's a fun face. Bunch of little, like, crazy faces that are going to kill me. Perspective that's going to kill me. We're going to die. But it's going to be fun while we do it. And we're going to make some cool artwork on it. So, ooh, I just got the notification for Shant's stream going live in 30 minutes. So take a break. Take a bathroom break, everybody. Go get some water. Maybe some dinner, depending on your time zone. Katie, if you are still there or listening in, have a great last evening in Florida, in America. Have a wonderfully safe trip back home. Thank you for coming on our land. It was wonderful to hear about your adventures, to see your adventures in Mark's neck of the woods. But yeah, hope you have a good trip, and hope you re-enter back into life, all the craziness of life, and your stream. When you get back, we'll check in with you. But have a great trip. And for everybody that was here today, thank you so much for joining me on this master study of Mobius, Silver Surfer Parable, this wonderfully hard page. Thanks to all the new people that have come in. Random McRanderson, Ian Parker Art, Zade Comics been coming in a lot more frequently now. And there's another person I thought I missed. Did I miss somebody? There's that Shady McShaderson. No, not Random McRanderson. Shady McShady at the beginning, who's asking to be wrenched. Who is that guy? I don't see him anymore. But anyway, all of you guys who are new here, or this is your first time here, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe, please. I would appreciate it if you haven't already, and that'll help this channel grow. And for all of you guys regulars that were here, thank you so much. Always a wonderful time hanging out with you, talking comics, talking art, talking pet insurance, and we'll catch you next time. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I should have a My Wednesday Comics for tomorrow. I'm excited to pick up a few books tomorrow, and I'll stream about it. And then, more than likely, I will have another Master Study stream before the end of the week, either Thursday or Friday. Maybe 2? Who knows? I told you guys I have a little bit more flexibility this week, so I might try and squeeze in 2. But who knows? We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I loved hanging out with you guys, and check out Shant's stream in less than 30 minutes. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.